Residents in Queensland are again preparing for a potential cyclone. Now, Sky News weather meteorologist Alison Osborne is at beautiful Airlie Beach. It may not be beautiful for too much longer. What's the latest, Alison?
Pricey, it certainly has been a very windy day here across Airlie Beach and the Whitsundays. We've seen whitecaps over the water for most of the day. The wind's really picking up over 75 kilometres per hour at times. Certainly not enough to cause any damage, but certainly enough to cause the trees to really fly around, and it is howling here. Now, tropical cyclone warnings are in place for an as yet named tropical low, and it's still very far off the coast, some 660 kilometres to the northeast of Townsville. Now, we are highly confident that this system is set to make a general southwesterly track towards the Queensland coast tonight, so it is expected to speed up as it approaches. It's also expected to intensify, likely to reach a Category 2 storm by Thursday night. So initial estimates were for a severe tropical cyclone to make landfall. Because this weather system has been slow to intensify, that threat is lessening. But that said, here preparations have been underway. We've seen businesses sandbagging, a lot of outdoor furniture and boats being secured, and the Bureau of Meteorology is still really encouraging people between Lucinda and then as far south as Serena, so that does include Townsville, Ayr and Mackay, just to take advantage of the remaining daylight hours to do so and to make those preparations.
We did notice, Alice. I think we might have lost some of that vision. We did notice, Alison, that when Jasper hit the Queensland coast further north, that the biggest impact was the rain. That will also be a concern where you are, I guess.
Certainly. So first comes the wind. So the Whitsunday Islands likely to bear the brunt of this system first, with damaging and likely destructive wind gusts developing overnight. And then they'll gradually extend throughout that tropical cyclone warning zone. So that does include Townsville, Mackay, Serena and Ayr during tomorrow. Those sustained winds sticking around. The rain is likely to intensify into tomorrow as well through that warning area and then push inland towards Charters Towers. We're expecting accumulations well over 200 millimetres in a 24-hour period, so that is the category that we deem life-threatening flash flooding. When that rain comes down that heavily, we generally see water rushing through the streets, very dangerous driving conditions. Flood watches are also in place because that water has to go somewhere. It's going into the rivers, so we could see minor and even major flooding for some localised catchments south of Tully in northern Queensland. The silver lining for residents of Cairns is the warnings and watch zones at the moment stop at Innisfail. So Cairns did have an initial tropical cyclone watch cancelled earlier on today, but the focus very much for the Whitsunday coast with that heavy rain, the wind and then the expectation of some low-level flooding. So we're keeping a close eye on this system as it intensifies tonight.